And it's another, or I should say, our final edition of the Chris Brecht State Farm Insurance Coaches Show here on the 2017 season with Coach Rocco Dobran. Coach, good to be with you.
Oh, great to be here.
Been a long season.
It sure has.
Hard to believe we're at the end of it already.
Oh, it went quick. It went quick.
Man, I tell you, it really was. But it was very exciting. It really was. It was a tremendous year, and I tell you, Steve and I and the other guys up in the booth up there would give you a lot of credit for bringing these boys along, and you've been able to keep them together, and they've really improved a lot, and it's been a real joy to watch.
You know, it's a great group of kids to coach this year, and they were just really fun kids, good personalities. The senior class is always, saying something, making you laugh, and at the same time, they're still working hard and having fun each day, and it's week 10, and they still got that same attitude, so that's kind of good and fun to watch and see.
Definitely. A couple of players look to go on, like Tanner Capon looks to go on and play football. Anybody else out of that group?
I think there's a couple guys that they're interested in it,
Yeah.
and they're just going to kind of see how things go in the off season when they start looking at schools and that kind of thing. I know that Joey Rakowski's mentioned some things about college and the Nathan Eatons, so.
Right.
There's a group of them. Alan Christine, he's still not sure what he wants to do.
Right.
So these guys usually get into the off season and start making their highlight films and having that kind of fun stuff. And we send them out to colleges and they kind of see what their feel is. And some of them really know what they want to do going forward as far as in life, what their career is. So
Sure.
those kids look for those kind of schools, and other kids are, hey, where could I go play football? And
Right.
And so we'll see where we end up in a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, they'll put me in a just overall educational degree or something, or communications.
Right,
Used to be where they stuck everybody when I was a kid. Looking back on Fairview there, that was they came with an abbreviated group of athletes, but they played pretty hard for what they had on the field. Didn't really give up.
No, I thought they played really hard, and that's a tribute to their coach. They came out. I know some kids got kicked off the team, I believe, or some kids quit. The players that remain, they played their hearts out, and they played really well. And as we expected from their tailback and quarterback, we knew they were good runners, and they ran well, and they had a good run game going. And defensively, they did their best, And
Absolutely.
and I was proud of our kids the way they came out and played. They just, in that kind of situation, all you can do is do the best you can on your end, and just play classy still and keep it motivated. But just you still got to play hard, and they did. So.
Yeah, even with 16 or 17 players, they had a pretty good squad on the field.
Absolutely. Like I said, their skill guys were good, and up front's where they were hurting a little bit because of the kids that were not there,
Okay. Yeah.
But their linebackers played well. Their DBs were getting to the ball, that kind of thing.
Chris Moore, he wanted to get his yardage no matter what. He didn't care who came with him. He's going to get his 150, 160 yards or whatever, and he did it.
And he sure did.
And most of it was just hard effort on his own.
Right.
He was dragging as many Spartans as he could to get that 155 yards or whatever he ended up with. I don't know.
Right. No, he did. He ran hard all night, and we said our eyes were open as coaches and staff on the sideline the whole time. We're like, he's just as good as he looked on film. He really was.
Definitely. Looking ahead now, Grand Valley. It's been a little while, Coach, since we won a game in Ohio, and I know you'd love to get this one up right. Cross this one off the list. Have it be Grand Valley, and have it be Friday night.
Yeah, over the past couple of years, because of getting in the PA League and the way our schedule has come down the pipe here, Grand Valley kind of became our new rival in Ohio.
Right.
It was always Edgewood, and I'm sure we'll get Edgewood back on the schedule soon, hopefully. But Grand Valley is that county school that we play now, and if we go back to the 7 years I've been here, aside from that first year, it's been a lot of good battles between us, and until last year, of course. But it was about 5 years in a row or 4 years in a row of just really tight games that were won or lost in the last minute or two of the game.
Right.
And a couple went our way, a couple went their way, and it was back and forth. And then and then last year they definitely had our number. And our kids, this is a new group, and they're ready to come out, and I think they're going to play well.
Yeah, and I don't mean that it's commentary towards the Spartan football team. I mean, this is a very, very good football team, and I like our chances. I'm not going to talk about it much more in that sense. Other than that, we have a very, very good football team, and I feel very good about it going into this game. But you've lined this team up. The guys you play in Ohio are tough. Rootstown's ranked second in their region this year. Grand Valley's ranked third in their region in state rankings. LeBray is 10th or 11th, I think it is, maybe 12th, somewhere in there, but still they're ranked really high too. So the Ohio teams have really been some very tough football programs.
Absolutely. They're all playing well, and it's one of those years. Teams are up, teams are down, and that's kind of how it goes. You look at us 5 years ago when we were 0-10. So,
yeah.
I know PV 5 years ago was beating us really bad, and they were going 8-2 and 10-0, and now they're struggling. So teams go up and down. That's the way it is, and you see the same thing across the board. And this is one of those years where Rootstown is doing really well, Grand Valley is doing really well. LeBray's having a mediocre year. And
yeah. Do you give credit to that too by building your program, making sure your program has consistency and can sustain a good football team with like a little Spartans program?
Oh, absolutely. It always starts down there. When I first came here, it was, hey, what can we do at the younger level to get them going,
right.
and try to maintain that through the middle school and up. And it's been sometimes some years have been easier than others to get that rolling.
Right.
Some years it's been a little tougher.
So with Grand Valley and the Mustangs, I mean, as you said, they have something to play for, home field advantage. They got a couple of big horses up front that tend to do the majority of the work, I think, right? That being Hernandez and McGovern at quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. Those two kids are special kids. They beat us last year. Those two kids, they had a lot of good big carries against us, and they're doing the same thing they did last year. And those kids are getting big yards every game. And McGovern, he's kind of a double threat. He can throw well and he can run well. And Hernandez is just lights out speed. So once he gets in the open field, he's gone.
Yeah.
But we've played a lot of D1 players with Mercyhurst Prep this year, and like Rootstown, and some of them are kids. So at least this year, I feel like we've seen some of them kids, similar style running kids already. So it's not going to be like the first time we've seen a kid that fast.
Right.
Right. And our confidence level of our sophomores has gone up since the beginning of the year.
Oh, I bet it is.
Those kids are playing great, and we're showing some speed defensively with, like you said, Austin Pinkerton. He showed a lot of speed last week, and Mikey Williams is on defense, who has a lot of speed, and Seth Fedor has a lot of speed. And our defensive line, linebackers have done good all year. So I think things are kind of coming together, and it should be a fun game to watch.
And in the physical game that these sophomores have, it's really elevated throughout the season.
Absolutely.
These guys are playing some hard football.
Absolutely. I know Aiden Thomas had a hit on the sideline last week. That's probably the biggest hit I've seen in 7 years here. And, everyone was kind of going nuts, but I was kind of shocked at first because I was kind of worried for the kid that he hit.
Even Chance had one or two, I think, on defense. Chance Ryan?
Yeah, Chance Ryan toward the end. Yeah, when he got in at the end.
We couldn't believe some of these hits these guys are putting.
Chance Ryan, he's going to be a good one in the future.
Yeah, he's tough. So, any special plans you have for the game when you come into it on Friday night here?
They're a fast flow defense, and we're gonna kind of see what they give us and kind of respond to that. And we kind of done that all year. If they load up the box, we're gonna throw more, and if they spread out, we're gonna run more. And we're just gonna it's a chess match.
Yeah.
And defensively, we told our kids, and they know this. You better know where Hernandez is on the field at all times, and that that's a key. And if they beat us with other guys, then okay, then go ahead, that's fine.
Right.
But we can't let him and McGovern beat us.
Right.
So.
We'll look for the line to do what they have throughout the season here, through the mid part up through the last game, which has come out and established that control over the line of scrimmage.
Right. And
they've done that very well.
They have done. It's been a great. I mean, we got all seniors, 4 seniors and a junior, and our first sub is a senior too. So we got a lot of seniors. We put tight ends that are both seniors, and across the board, they've played to what we thought they would. And they really they're opening up holes for Mikey, and Mikey knows that. And then after he gets through the line, he's doing his thing. So.
But one final note: how about at quarterbacks? Brandon, what's his condition like, or does it still look like Rylan?
I think Rylan had a great game last week.
Yeah.
And with him doing that, it kind of put us in a spot where we're feeling really comfortable to go with both of them.
Okay.
Brandon is not 100%, but he's good enough to where he's a tough kid, and he's gonna go. He's gonna give it a shot, and he's gonna get his snaps in there. But at the same time, we saw some great things with Rylan, where when he's in the ball game, we have him, Fedor, and Mikey, and there's a 3 running back threat there. And we're definitely going to go with that a little bit. So it's going to be a 2 quarterback night.
Great. Coach, look forward to the game very, very much. All the best against the Grand Valley Mustangs.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you've been listening to the final edition here for the 2017 season of the Chris Brecht State Farm Insurance Coaches Show here on 1360 WOW.